got finished. It was a little weird there at the end. I don't know. There was 1 second left on the clock. It took a while for that to get all figured out. But Ole Miss ends up winning this 39-34. And let's come on out here. We have a guest on our set. I'm going to tell our producer. We've got Trinidad Chambliss and Lucas Carnero joining us here. But Trinidad, we're going to get you seated over there. Hey.
Nice to see you. Congratulations, bro. That was an unbelievable performance.
Let's put us on camera, guys. Let everybody see what we got going on. Thank you.
I literally was just saying, I feel like it was one of the best quarterback performances that we have seen since the college football playoff has been in existence. It
Pretty
was awesome,
cool.
Dude.
We're going to get a mic for you, Trinidad. So go down there by Lucas.
And everything.
Yeah.
Appreciate
there we
you,
go.
man.
Well, that works too. You can go down and sit by Lucas, though, so we can see you a little better. He's got his trophy for being the most valuable player in the game. And Keywan Lacey joining us, too. Hey, listen, come back over here. Sorry, Trinidad.
Come on up.
Okay, so Trinidad, just first of all, you've gotten this trophy. When we talked, you didn't even know you were going to win this. What does it mean to you to be the MVP of this game?
It's amazing. It's a dream come true. I can't do it without my guys, you know. It's amazing. It takes a village, you know, everybody involved, all the fans that came out and supported. It's unbelievable, man. You know, Ole Miss is special.
Yeah, Lucas, just before we go down the line here, what was it like knowing that the game is basically in your foot, there to win the whole thing? How did you feel in that moment when you pulled it off?
No, it's awesome. It's something I visualized, and I had the feeling that it was going to come down to me at the end of the game. And obviously a big shout out to Trinidad for putting me in that situation, and my snapper and holder and my protection to give me the time to get the kickoff.
What did Coach Goldie come say to you right before that? Georgia called a timeout. He came out and said something to you.
He was like, this is what you do. Just go do it.
Wow.
Love it.
Keywan, 22 carries for 100 yards. But it doesn't tell the story of your night, because the story of your night was hard yards. It was also the receptions out of the backfield on some crazy scrambles. But then playing tough with the hurt left shoulder and grinding through it, it was a remarkable performance.
Thank you, man. I just give it all the guidance to my teammates and coaches, man. Without six, man, nothing would be possible.
That's my guy right there, man. That's my guy. He's tough, man. He's really tough.
He is tough. That's an understatement.
Walk me through 3rd and 5 there at the end of the game to set up the field goal. You got man coverage. What are you thinking pre-snap?
Yeah, they were playing man, you know, on 3rd downs the whole game, and they were covering it pretty well.
Yeah.
We were trying to hit slants, and they were like, all right, we got this matchup. We got man. You alert the fade, and we did. It didn't work.
There's the video.
Great little adjustment there too.
Scrimm's a hell of a player. Oh yeah, Scrimm's a hell of a player. He's really physical, really big receiver. He's just special too, man.
Hey, can you guys pull some of that video of when Trinidad was being basically Houdini in the early part of the 4th quarter? I just want him to be able to watch some of it.
And the one he threw to Keywan, too.
We'll see if we can get the video for you. All right, they're working on it. We'll see if we can get that video. But Keywan, what is it like when he's scrambling around back there? You don't know exactly where he's going to go, and you got to stay ready. Here it is.
Yeah, man, it's just great to have a quarterback that can, you know, make them type of plays and big games like this, man. So I'm just thankful for him, man.
Keywan, did you know that you were about a half yard short of that first down when you got hit?
Nah, I didn't even know.
And you had to break that tackle and fell forward for the first down. It was remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, Trinidad, as you watch those plays back, and I'm sure you'll see a lot of them, it's going to be playing everywhere. What does it make you feel to see it happening again?
It's kind of crazy because there's a lot going on during that time, and you don't really think too much when that happens.
Yeah.
You know about that. You just play ball. You're a gamer, right? So you just make a play. But yeah, like I said, I trust my guys to make plays, you know, when they're out in space. So yeah.
So I want to know, what does this win mean, not only for this team, everything you guys have been through the last month and a half? How many people have written you off? What does it do to galvanize you guys, put you in this position to win this game? And then also for the city of Oxford, bringing this championship, this Sugar Bowl championship, back to them.
You know, it means a lot, man. We've been through a lot, you know, a lot of adversity. You know, long live my teammate C4. You know, we're doing it for him, and you know, I'm just thankful for the city of Oxford. You know, they came out here to support us, and you know, we just give it all to God. And next week, we're trying to go 1-0 again.
Yeah. Sure.
So I want to ask. We were talking about this pregame, that up 9, 4th quarter, between the hedges earlier this season, and Georgia makes a comeback. You have a chance to answer, can't get it done. How much was that creeping in now when you're down 9 in the second half and you make such a statement to come back? And And just me and Roman were talking about it, this big brother, little brother.
Sometimes you got to knock out the big brother finally.
George has been on top for a long time. And what's that mentality like for you guys as leaders on this team to say, we're not flinching in this moment. This is our game. This is our opportunity. We're going to get it done.
Yeah, it was definitely disappointing down in the regular season. You know, we were leading that whole game versus Georgia, and then in the fourth quarter, I didn't play my best. I needed to complete more balls. But now, you know, having this another opportunity to play Georgia again, it was special. And I wanted Georgia again. I wanted to play them again because I felt like I left a lot out there the first time I played them. And, you know, to come back after being down 9 at half is truly special. It shows how tough this team is and how gritty we are. You know, we never give up.
Hey, really fast, we got something we're gonna do here, but first of all, what do you guys think about Miami? It's your next opponent.
Hey, man, we worried about AZ right now, man. Trying to go 1-0.
Okay, I love it. Now, okay, I'm going to tell you about a record that you broke tonight that you may not realize is actually his record in the Sugar Bowl.
Really?
13 straight passes in a row is a Sugar Bowl record.
Let's
you
go.
beat
You
that
deserve
tonight.
it. I am so
but
happy for you.
Tim, there's another record that was broken tonight, or at least it's on the same list, and that was by Kewan Lacey. Look at this. You
Let's
passed
go.
Tim Tebow when it comes to rushing touchdowns in a single season in SEC history. Excuse me, you
let's go.
tied Tim. Sorry, Tim, I was trying to give away your record.
Give it to him.
But you tied it.
Break
Next
it.
week.
Break it
Next week you can break it.
next week.
So look at
I
that
want you to
list.
have it.
Kewan, when you see that list, it was Derrick Henry, it's Tim Tebow, it's some of the
Najee
greatest. Najee Harris. What does that mean to you to think about what you've accomplished in your career so far and still a lot left to do here?
It's a great feeling because, you know, I grew up watching these games and these players, and, you know, it's a blessing to go out here and, you know, be able to play the game I love and, you know, be noticed for it. So I'm just thankful and I just give it all to God.
Hey, we appreciate you guys for rolling with us up here and that was a lot of fun.
No doubt. It was
We'll see you
awesome.
guys in Arizona.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
much fun
we'll
to
be there
watch,
with
man.
you.
So proud of
First
y'all.
kicker on the show, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
go.
Lucas, it was unbelievable. Your performance, it was.
You've been so
was so
clutch all
special.
year, man.
Good
So
job.
fun. This is what the bracket looks like. Look at that, you guys. You punched your ticket. You're playing Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. Pretty cool to know now what our semifinal matchups will be. Of course, Ole Miss taking on Miami, Oregon, and Indiana in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. And then whomever advances, they get the opportunity to play in Miami for the national championship game. That comes your way January 19th. More to come here from New Orleans as we continue on reacting to the Sugar Bowl, this victory by Ole Miss, and what led to it. What do we think about Ole Miss's chances to potentially win it all? We'll talk about that and Pete Golding's incredible job as the head coach here. Plus, a Rose Bowl recap coming your way. Everything you need to know about.
And there, but just your second game as a head coach, you win a playoff quarterfinal in your home state of Louisiana. You have your sons around you. What emotions are going through you right now?
No, I'm just so excited for our players. The adversity they've been through, the resiliency to come out, get down, not play very well in the first half. Thought they came out and responded in the second half. Didn't play perfect by any means, but their energy, their effort, their body language, just really excited and proud of them.
How would you describe the performance from your kicker, Lucas Carnero, here tonight?
He's been special all year, you know, and he's been knocking down the big ones. And tonight, you know, there couldn't have been a bigger one, but we've counted him all year, and that's who he is.
Your quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss, at one point he had 13 straight completions. What did you see from him when it mattered most?
Same thing we've seen all year. You know, we talked about the competitive character the kid has and, you know, how competitive he is. He makes big plays in big moments, you know, and he's done it all year. So that's why he came here. He had a huge, you know, opportunity tonight and showed a lot of people who he is.
Your defense made plays when it mattered most, too. What are you most proud of from their performance?
Yeah, just not giving up, you know. And we talk about amnesia and be able to move to the next snap. And we didn't play perfect by any means, but we had some big stops when we needed to. And, you know, to be down 9 this time when we were up 9 last time and to have the tails flip a little bit, it was neat for the kids.
Coach, you called this last month a roller coaster.
Yeah.
How did your team and you overcome all of this to become Sugar Bowl champions?
I mean, I think we got a great group of people in our building. I think it starts with our administration, with Glenn Boyce and, you know, our athletic director, Keith Carter. And we got a lot of good coaches in that building, you know, and a lot of guys were going through a lot of things, but they've been here for the kids the whole time. And it's a special group of kids.
You know, we were all together at halftime, and the way the half ended for Ole Miss was sort of embarrassing. And then they end up winning this game. And they listen, there's a lot of credit that goes to the players, right? I don't want to take anything away from that. But, Jordan, the way that Pete Golding has been able to bring this team together, some of the decisions that the plays that were called in this one, I mean, Charlie Weiss Jr. deserves a ton of credit, too.
Absolutely.
What can you say just about the way that they brought this together that ultimately led to a win?
That was his second game as the head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, going against probably the greatest coach in college football right now, Kirby Smart, a two-time national championship as a head coach at Georgia. And Pete outcoached him.
Yeah.
He really did. He made decisions when they needed to be made. He was aggressive at times. He inspired his players. He allowed them to play free. He allowed them to be aggressive. He allowed Charlie Weiss to be aggressive with play calling. I thought it was a fantastic job by Pete. And just he kept the entire ship from sinking all month. When everything was working against him, coaches half in, half out, players probably half in, half out, getting contacted by everybody, coaches all across the country, I imagine. That happens, and he kept them together to focus on the biggest game in Ole Miss history, and they performed when they needed it most.
You know, Rome, we talked a lot about the Georgia defense improving, and they certainly have from earlier in the year, but Ole Miss's defense has improved too.
They have, and ultimately it was the guys up front. Eccles, Xavier Harris.
He had a great game.
These guys are really, really good up front. And the thing that I want to give Pete Golding a lot of credit on defensively is that he didn't break.
Yes.
When he continued to stick with playing the combo coverages, the man-to-man coverages, and when Georgia's getting all these yards running the football, they're like, it's fine. We will, if we're going to lose, we're going to lose it on our terms. He didn't panic and change it up. He continued to stick with it and trusted his guys that ultimately they were just going to make more plays. And that's ultimately what I love about coaches, the best ones. They trust their players and they put their players in position to make plays. And that's all I ask out of them. And encourage me when I'm doing right and correct me when I'm doing wrong. And I think Pete Golding deserves a ton of credit for everything that Jordan mentioned, but then on the game plan for not giving up on it. Down, you continue to just chop wood and keep your guys motivated and going into it. And when you were up, keep the emotions high. And when you were down, you still got to keep the emotions high because you can ultimately come back and win it like they did.
I totally agree. But something else that's so important is they were getting gashed in the run in the second quarter.
Yeah.
They kept running the same defense, and the guys made plays. They were so resilient. Their mentality, the effort, it's almost like they got a second wind in the second half. And yes, probably part of that was coaching. Part of that was seeing Trinidad and Kiwan, these guys
making some plays.
But dang, that defensive line and that front seven in general played so much better. I don't know in a big game when I've seen their front seven since probably 2014 play that good in a half. Yeah, they still gave up some big plays, and, you know, a few of the calls went against them, but did a good job of stopping the run, getting after the quarterback, and they really did set the tone for that second half.
Xavier Harris had 10 tackles.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
He was laying on his back.
Tackle. He's a defensive tackle. That doesn't happen.
He was exhausted toward the end, and I don't blame him one bit. The big fella was like, I need to lay down.
He stayed on special teams.
He did, just incredible. And then we talked about this before the game, but, you know, Trinidad Chambliss said after the last game against Georgia that really they dominated for 3 quarters, and he kind of fell apart in the fourth quarter. He said that's not going to happen again. And not only did that not happen again, but this time around, as he just told us, he kicked in some new gear that wasn't even there before, which is crazy to say.
I just want to say my favorite part, that he took ownership of it.
Yeah.
And how often right now do we see coaches and players, coaches especially, it kind of is like, is it, you know, that's a young man that in his first year of big-time college football is saying, I needed to play better. It was my fault. I missed it. I needed to complete more passes.
He said it right up here with us.
That's what I'm saying. He said it right here with us.
Yes.
He took ownership of that. And so when you have a leader like that does that, when he played a heck of a game first go-around, and then he's saying, I should have played better, what do you think everybody else that didn't show up that day is thinking?
Yep.
I mean, you can see.
Leader is doing that, dang, how much more do I got to go to work?
There we go.
That's what a leader does. And that's just, I mean, he obviously he made a crazy amount of plays, but he's saying, no, I didn't play up to the standard, and I have to improve. That means everybody else that's hearing that and watching that
does the same.
That's what a good leader does. They rise the level of everyone around them. It's not just the plays you make. It's how much better you make everybody else around you. And that's My favorite thing of the night.
He has that power. He has that magic. You saw even just the smiles from his teammates up here on the set. So we've got a lot more to talk about here, and we'll continue to hear from coaches, from players on both sides of this. There's Kewan Lacey throwing up maybe a little autograph football or something. Did you guys see Lucas Carnero? I think that was the ball that he kicked through,
That was,
right?
yeah,
Okay, I wasn't. He was holding on to that thing so tight, and I loved it.
He let me have it for me.
Yeah, he trusted Rome
Did he
for
really?
just a couple seconds.
A couple. Just
Credit to Kewan Lacey. Remember, too, this is a relatively quick turnaround in comparison for this team. They'll be playing Miami just a week from today. That's going to be interesting to see. But